Ladies and gentlemen, an MMA professional welterweight bout. Please welcome out, in the blue corner, Sonny Sandhu.
Well, welcome back. I'm Sensei Wilvanders Oos. I'm joined by Tim Radcliffe. We're bringing you the play-by-play action. We move on at the Macto Championships from the amateur bouts, from the stand-up and K1. Now we've got the professional card, and what a start we've got for from Feltham in London, Charlie Simmons. Tim, talk us through Simmons.
So Charlie comes from Pro My Gym, 5'2". This is his pro debut, and I haven't actually seen him fight amateur, but the guy comes with a reputation of being incredibly flashy. He will use a lot of techniques you won't normally see, so I'm quite excited by that.
Interesting, because he's up against an old school fighter in Sonny Sandhu.
So Sonny trains out of Team Crossface. For the guys who know, you've got people like David Lee, Hayden Critchfield, Charlie Leary. These guys are old school. They've been around.
And our fighter from Feltham, in the red corner, Charlie Simmons.
So Sonny Sandhu waiting for his opponent. The old school, back to basics, takes on the flash stuff in Charlie Simmons.
What's interesting about Sonny is I'm seeing him getting his final instruction from Dave Lee. Now Dave Lee, great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist. So I do feel that we might be seeing some slick ground action if Sonny can get this to the floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, 3 5-minute rounds of MMA in the welterweight division. In the blue corner, the Englishman, 23 years old, representing Team Crossface. 6'2", 76.8 kilograms. Yet to get a win, one loss, Sonny Sandhu. And he is up against the fighter from Feltham, fighting out of the Pro My MMA Gym. 6 foot tall, 77.6 kilograms. He is a debutant to the cage. Please welcome Charlie Simmons. Your referee for this bout, Mr. Ron Frith.
So Ron Frith presiding over events. The beginning of the main card.
Step forward for me.
An
Step
MMA
forward,
bout.
players.
3 5-minute
All right,
rounds.
gentlemen, you're fighting tonight under the professional rules of mixed martial arts.
Both
You were
fighters from
at the rules
London.
meeting, yes? Do you have any questions? Okay, here's what I
Sonny
expect from
Sandhu
you.
takes on
Protect yourselves
Charlie
at all times. You obey
Simmons.
my word of command at all times. When I say stop, you stop immediately. Fight clean, fight fair, and you fight hard. Touch gloves. Back to your corners.
Simmons a real flashster. Sandhu likes to keep it real, likes to keep it hard,
Ready to
but they
fight?
can both perform
You
very
ready to fight?
technically.
Fight!
So as I said, I'm Will Vanders. I'm joined here by Tim Radcliffe. Tim, take us through the beginning of this action.
So it looks like instantly we're seeing already some flashy stuff from Charlie Simmons. He's playing a very open guard game. His movement is very unusual. I think it's totally designed to confuse Sonny here. Sonny quite orthodox. Sonny tried to capitalise there.
Well,
He does.
This could be the finish here. This is a very strong position for Sandhu.
Yeah, he's got his neck wrapped up tight here. Although it doesn't seem to be bothering Charlie too much. He seems to be playing that waiting game.
So Simmons controlling from the top, waiting for an opportunity here. It was interesting because Simmons very loose, very open, and Sandhu chased him. That was after a brief exchange with the hands. Great work from Simmons. He found a way through the guard, but he's trapped that right arm now of Sandhu's in.
I think Sandhu will wait because
Do something with it, advance that
Charlie
position.
can't hold that position for too long. The ref gives him a word about advancing the position. Sonny's not going to let this position go too easily. He's going to try and maintain this. He's going to progress his position. He needs to get that arm free. But Charlie simply is just holding that position.
And it's interesting because that's weakening the right arm of Sandhu going forward. 3 5-minute rounds here, and that's going to take an awful lot out of the right arm of Sandhu. Moves into almost a side control. In fact, he's got it now.
He's still got that head wrapped up. I think he's looking
Fighter,
to trap
improve
the
that
arm.
position, I will stand you up.
The referee gives him another warning about progressing the action. Oh, and a reversal there from Charlie, who just uses the weight distribution of Sonny and just turns him over. And now has side control on top of Sonny. Sonny being very sensible, keeping his head away from strikes. He's still controlling Charlie's head, but I think that's a position he just needs to possibly let go to move on, because he can't escape himself unless he really lets go of that head.
That was a beautiful reversal, real top skills there. But look at this, he's got into mount now. He's being held. No, he's not. He's got both legs over and he's passed. In that mount, Simmons very confident, isn't he?
Indeed.
And Sandhu having to work very hard here. This could be a game changer.
Indeed, but Sonny gets the reversal, and he's in Charlie's full guard. So we'll see how this pans out. Charlie being very sensible, controlling his head, not letting Sonny posture so he can strike. Sonny's trying to get his head up. Charlie's doing a very good job of controlling it here. This is a very tight game so far.
Both practitioners here, a lot of skill. Simmons very comfortable on his back.
Stay busy, fighter.
Just a little look across the cage there, just to show. Up goes the leg.
Charlie looks like he's trying to progress himself to a triangle, and he gets his feet locked in. He's moving his position. He needs to change his body position now just to really tighten this on.
Well, that was amazing because he's still got the arm through of Sandhu. Sandhu could be in trouble here. We could be in position for a submission.
Sonny's doing a good job of stacking over Charlie here to prevent the pressure going on.
Yeah, not enough leverage there at all for Simmons. He's had to let it go. Using the cage, very clever.
But he's locked that in a little bit tighter now. Sonny has his arm on the right side. He doesn't want to let it drift across Charlie's body, and he drops his shin across the face to pull himself out. Very sensible. And that movement, that position is gone. It looks like they could change position. He's going for a reverse triangle on Charlie. Has he got it? Can't quite see from the action, but he lets it go.
Well, this is very technical on the inside. We're just under a minute left in this round one, and Charlie Simmons looking for an attempt to land some big shots in from the upright, and he lets Sandhu back up. What a great technical play.
I think Charlie really looks like he fancies this fight on its feet. It's very loose and comfortable.
And a little bit of inside action there. An elbow strike came in. Simmons went downstairs to try and go for the grab on the right leg of Sandhu. Oh, walked straight into some punishing shots there. That was very technical, and well, great performance from both fighters. If you had to score it, who would you say had the most favourable time?
It's quite a difficult one to say, but I think it was fairly 50-50, but I would give Sonny slightly more control in that fight, slightly more timing, control. Difficult one to judge. But here you're seeing some of the replay action. Sonny has that head locked in, he controls the descent of the fight to the floor. He holds that position for a long time, but a little bit of poor positioning, and Charlie senses that and then reverses. But it was very tit for tat, and here you get another reverse. Charlie couldn't hold on to that position, and then Sonny is very patient about it here. This submission attempt will probably score Charlie very well in that first round, but it didn't quite threaten for too long.
Well, technicality was always going to be top of the table for this matchup.
You ready to fight, sir?
And that's certainly been the case. We go to 2 of a scheduled 3. Sonny Sandhu in the blue corner, Charlie Simmons in the red. Well, Simmons bringing a lot of flair to this, isn't he?
He's got more techniques than I know what to do with.
Still very relaxed, still very confident. Bit of a red mark above his left eye. He's caught a couple of punches coming in. Sandhu, as you say, meat and 2 veg, just keeping it simple. Simmons trying to get creative. We like that. Makes for an exciting show, but a lot of flair against an opponent like Sandhu. Is it meaningful or is it meaningless?
I think Sandhu's doing a very good job in the face of it, because a lot of fighters could be put off by it. It would mess with their game. A little bit worried about stepping in, but Sonny doesn't seem to be fazed by it at all, which I think is. I think Charlie is used to seeing that in other people, and Sonny hasn't really been suckered into that game.
Still very comfortable, still very relaxed, moving well, Simmons. Sandhu threatening that right hand. He's got the reach. Simmons just has to get into range. A couple of jabs flicked in each other's face. Changes direction quickly, Simmons. Feints to the left, comes to the right, tries to come inside. In the exchange, there were some good shots fired, but I think Sandhu came out slightly better.
I think Charlie needs to be a little bit careful the way he's dropping his body position and exposing his head. I think if Sonny reacted to that and through the kicks, he's going to connect, and that's quite a dangerous position for Charlie to be in.
And I just think that reverse spinning heel kick lands it. Very unorthodox attack in there behind the left hand. They go to the wire and the clinch, and it gets technical again.
I think now they're doing a good job. Charlie has got the underhook. He's looking to try and lock those hands behind his body, get the trip, mess with Sonny's foot position so he's unbalanced, and get this fight to the floor. I think Charlie's realised that to a degree the scoring of this fight is going to be dictated by who has control for most. But Sonny, look at that position! Oh my goodness, he's got him down. Charlie's in a lot of trouble here. He's in a lot of trouble. He's trying to turn out of it, but he can't. That is desperation right there. and Sandhu has got this position.
It's a reverse naked choke. He's got the neck, he's got the arm through. Simmons did incredibly well to climb the wire and try and get some space there. Referee needs to look very closely here because that choke is on.
That choke is on, but Charlie's doing a very good job. His right hand is not crossed his body. Sonny needs to roll now into the anaconda position here. Look, if he sticks his head under his body and rolls, he will get this tap. And there he's rolled him over, very sensible, but he's still struggling to keep him down.
Simmons doing a great job here of holding out, really defensively well. We've got a minute and a half to go, and this is really a tricky position. He's let go Sonny, and he's come to the back. Simmons has turtled up, but he's desperate to get that lock back on.
Indeed, Sonny was very sensible. He let that position go before he gassed his arms, and he gets the back, and he's got the choke on, he's got the rear naked choke, and he taps. Unbelievable finish. Unbelievable finish.
It was unbelievable. Simmons smiled. Look who's on the top of the cake. What a brilliant finish. That was unbelievable. Simmons outworked. He smiles. He's in good shape, but that was brilliant from Sandhu.
Classic finish. He was so patient. As soon as it got to the floor, his positioning was great. He let go of the choke, he pressured with it, he was looking for the finish, but sensibly, like a veteran, he let go of the position when he couldn't get hold of it.
So a look at the replay. Just shows us the great work that went on inside there in this second round. Elbows, good kicks, there was a good reverse spinning heel kick as well. There wasn't a moment when there was something meaningful going on, and he's as slippery as a bag of eels, isn't he, Simmons, when he comes forward like that, behind a feint or some other kind of distraction. But that's the first lock that we see.
Look at that. I mean, under so much pressure and torque that Charlie had to almost just flip his body up. He's in desperate straits here because the neck and head is collared, and he's going to turn over. Sonny does a great job of staying on top, pressuring the choke, and he eventually gives up his back, and the choke goes on so quickly. Look at that.
All right, gentlemen. After 3 minutes 56 of round number 2, a win by rear naked choke. Your winner from the blue corner, Sonny Sandhu. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Charlie Simmons.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Well, an emphatic win there by Sonny Sandhu. Simmons really caught there after that first lock. The reverse naked, came back round, allowed his back to be taken, and Sonny Sandhu wasn't going to miss that opportunity. Very entertaining bout, but an emphatic win there for Sonny Sandhu.